Hey, what's up everybody, Mike back with another video. So today we've got one of the best Android TV boxes that you can actually pair with your projector. This is called the Beelink 6. Now the Beelink 6, it comes in two variations. So the first variation has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. The second variation comes with 3 GB of RAM and it comes with 32 GB of internal storage. Now this genuinely comes in at a price point that makes it worth it. So if you're considering buying a projector with a built-in Android OS, most of the projectors, they're running on Android 4.4, even with the likes of the Wahoo2 H8. When you actually try and play the YouTube app using a GP100, 90% of the time the experience is nowhere near as good as it can be. So using a dedicated Android TV box really does solve that problem. So consider saving your money and just buying the standard version of the projector and then buying a discrete dedicated Android TV box. This particular box also has a quad-core CPU and a dedicated GPU, which makes it a lot more powerful. So if you like to play Android games, possibly opt for the 3 GB version. It will give you a better experience. So this particular box comes with Bluetooth 4.1, dual band Wi-Fi. It has USB 3.0, so you can actually plug in an external hard drive. It also has a slot for a micro SD card. Because it's running on Android 7.1, fantastic by the way, so you get one of the latest versions of Android. Now one of the other cool things with the Beelink 6 is you get this remote control. From a distance it looks like it should be a telephone, but it is got a built-in learning function. So say for example you're using it with your TV or your projector, it can actually learn the code so it can power on and off your projector or TV or whatever other device that you might be using with it. The Beelink 6 also supports 4K at 60 FPS and it also supports 6K at 30 FPS. The box also ships with a high-speed HDMI cable. So let's go fire this thing up and see exactly what this thing can do. So in terms of first time use, you're greeted by this welcome screen. You've got the ability to select what other language you want to select. There is others. You then go ahead and select the time zone and do the usual stuff, which is basically updating Google Play. You don't have to do it on this one, you just have to sign into your Google account. The home screen looks like this. One of the most useful functions is on the bottom left hand corner, which is this clear memory app, which is fantastic for killing any open apps, using up the unnecessary bandwidth on the RAM. In terms of actually playing media, if you click the media player, it will greet you with all of your media inputs, be it USB or micro SD. One of the cool features is if you go into the actual display options, you can actually change from 1080p 60Hz, all the way up to 4K 60Hz to suit your need. Again, use that high-speed HDMI cable to utilise the full functions, especially when you're going to be playing 4K or 6K files. Going into the Advanced tab, you can also change your colour space and your depth, so you got a whole host of options. You can also change the font size, and I like the way they do this. There's a big plane of text on the left-hand side, and you can actually scale up or scale in, depending on what you want to do. Apps like the Google Play Store itself actually runs 10 times smoother, and especially the YouTube app, it runs absolutely perfectly, buttery smooth. Whether you're using the built-in 5G Wi-Fi connection or you're using the connected gigabit port, everything works fine. So let's play some 1440p YouTube clips, and as you can see, it should play them absolutely perfectly without any stuttering or anything like that. So let's fire one up. So here's a 4K sample. This is quite a good test actually. I might use this on the projector reviews. So this is 4K. And flicking over here, there's a sample of 6K. Now obviously this isn't going to translate into a real world kind of viewing experience, but again you get the idea of the kind of quality and the smooth playback that you will get using a dedicated Android TV box like this Beelink 6. It looks really good. I forget how awesome this projector is. It's absolutely staggeringly good considering the native 1080p resolution. It does a fantastic job of upscaling or downsampling that 4K to its native, but there is definitely an increased quality. I mean, look at that. That looks ridiculously good. I actually wanted to also see how well this thing would handle games. Now, don't get me wrong, most of you aren't going to be playing high-end games on this box, but in FutureMark's Ice Storm test, this box scored honestly better than I thought. It's not exactly magnificent. It came in at 4,212, which is pretty average. It could be a lot better, but for most games it will be fine. Geekbench 4, it scored 599 and 1595 respectively. We also tested the actual internet speed on this box, and it varied between 90 megabytes per second to over 100, and in terms of actual upload speeds, it managed something in the region region of 6 to 7 megabytes per second, which again is more than enough for apps like Kodi. So here's some video tests actually played through the micro SD card slot, a lot of 4K and a lot of 6K to give you a kind of a real world test, if you will. So if you've got media on a hard drive, this is what you can expect. So that wraps it up for the Beelink 6K. You know what, general all-round fantastic box, and the upscaled 4K or 6K through this Xiaomi 1080p native projector was absolutely astonishingly good. I like the built-in inbuilt menu options, which are really good, so you can change and adjust various different functions. The learning remote control, again, a great bonus, and it does work with some devices. Link in the video description if you guys want to go check it out or pick one up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.